Hello, here I am, your Artful Elf, looking after my mental health as well as yours. And today I'm thinking about circles and round things, and yeah, so here's today's doodle and daily doodle and playing with paint. Hope you enjoy it.
So pause and get all your things ready and join me for the breathing and relaxation before we start your art doll. So sit comfortably with your back straight and but relaxed. If you can, put your feet flat on the floor and your hands just resting in your lap, and become aware of yourself, your body, your breathing. Close your eyes is possibly best, but you don't have to. You could just look at the picture on the screen. Listen to the sounds around you, maybe the ticking of a clock, children playing in another room. Be aware that they are there, and then bring yourself back to you, where you are. Notice your body and your breathing. Breathe normally. Be aware of each breath going in and going out. Notice anything that comes to mind as a distraction. Acknowledge it and let it go, and return your attention to your breathing. And as you settle into being aware of yourself in the current present moment, park any other thoughts that come to mind about the past or the future, and concentrate on now. I'm going to lead you through a way of breathing a little deeper. Breathe in to the count of 5 and then out to the count of 7. And if that's too long, then as long as you're breathing out for a little bit longer than breathing in, that calms you down. So take a breath in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Continue in that breathing pattern that you've established now. Whether you've kept up with me or not doesn't matter. Just take 10 of these breaths in and out. And any distractions, just acknowledge them and then return your attention to your breathing. And this technique is useful at any time to calm yourself down. And when you're ready, carry on and meet me with the next bit of the recording, which will be the art activity.
Has it started? Yes, it has. Oops. Right, so here we go. Circles. I've got various bits and pieces. So first of all, I'm going to draw a circle, and I'm going to use my pens. And we're going to go red. pink. And leave that there. Circles. I just had an idea of overlapping circles. Different things to draw around. They're not perfectly closed up, are they? That's because I'm not perfect in my drawing. Oh dear, that's a bit wobbly. Let's see what we can do about that. Yes, perhaps pencil would have been a better idea. But we can put those right. It's not got anything in it. Just make sure I haven't got my water in it. Because that would be a shame, wouldn't it? Oops. Not sure if I haven't overdone the circles. See, because I'm not an expert artist, I don't know. I think these pens are waterproof, watertight. No, they're not. Right, okay, so that shows us where we're going. Dribbling a bit of paint. It's not going to be neat and tidy, but we can mop it up and perhaps put it right. Dare I try freehand? Yes, I dare. In fact, some of these can be quite freehand. Actually, it's not too bad. Perhaps if next time I'll use pencil and then go freehand over it with a felt pen to make it neater. Perhaps that's the way forward. And the thing with these felt tips that have got a wedge on, a thick nib, is that you don't always get that thick. That's because they're for calligraphy, not for playing with and drawing with. I think that means something else there. Size. Yeah, let's go for that one. Boy, there we go. Do we need any more circles? Yes, we do. We need another one there. I'm just going to keep going until I think I've got enough all overlapping, and then I'll stop the film, the photo, and then that can be your colouring sheet, and then I'll get playing with the paint, I think. Is that finished, I wonder? I think that's it for now. So let's stop that and we can take a photo. Let's stop. Yeah, stop. Well, here I am. I'm going to play Calm Me Lord by Margaret Ritzer while I work. lovely. Don't know what's coming up next, but we don't think we want that.
Does not help you get in shape.
No, it doesn't. Don't like running. But, well, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of music. I did. Oh, so what are we going to do next? This is all very tame and controlled. I think we need to loosen up a bit, as they say. Splash some water on it. That's just water. I haven't got my other pot with clean water on. And I've got all sorts of things here. I'm not quite sure what effect they will have, but let's have a look if anything happens. No, that was a waste of time. Right, okay, so what am I going to do now? I'm going to get a dryish brush. Let's get that one. Let's see what happens when I do that. It's interesting. Let's get a little bit of water, not too much. I don't want it totally to run, but that's an interesting effect. Oh, I quite like that. Don't want to overdo it, otherwise it'll all turn to mud. And we did want mud. Right, that's nice. So, let's see, I really do with some clean water, probably. Don't know what to do next. My brain's not working today, I'm just tired, and I don't know what to do next with this. So I'm going to pause the video. Okay, well, I've changed my water and changed my paints. I've decided, I've learnt something, that acrylics don't behave in the same way as watercolours, just when water is added. So I've switched to watercolour because that's just the mood I'm in today. So let's see what we're going to do. I like this emerald green, so I'm going to put some on there. And you can see it behaves totally different to the acrylics. So let's put that on there. And hope we don't get too much of a mud effect with me having put on that water before. But hey ho, we live and we learn. And if we don't try things, we don't learn, do we? So that's okay. And we might get some interesting effects this way. There again, we might not. We just don't know. But there we go. So that's the green. Just going to switch to a smaller brush. Let's have a bit of orange. I'm going to try and stick to the more vibrant colours because, as I found when I first started doing these in watercolours, that does make our brown. The paler watercolours don't show up so well on the photographs. But I'm afraid today's is not going to be a wow event. But then life's like that, isn't it? We're not always bright and cheerful. I'm just a bit tired, I'm afraid. But we will see what comes of this. Let's have a bit of red. Oh, well, that was an accident. But Oh, I quite like that. Well, now that gives a nice orangey yellow, doesn't it? Let's go over into there. I like that. I think I'm just going to get it coloured in and then just see where my mood takes me. Just a bit more green. Oh, I picked up a fair bit there. Didn't really mean to pick that much up. Let's blob it about. Let's have some fun. Okay, so what's next? I don't really know. Strange. I've got all sorts of things I was going to try, all sorts of experiments. But somehow, that was this morning when I woke up. Let's see if that does anything. No, it doesn't. I'll save that for when I'm doing acrylics. So I think we'll wait for that to dry and then for the next bit of inspiration to hit. Oh, is that a pause? Right, so I just paused and let it dry a bit, and I got off some of the excess water and had a bit of a think. Not a lot of a think, a little bit of a think. And so it's still fairly wet on this paper. I'm just going to keep layering different colours on, and hopefully that way we will get some rich effects, deep, interesting colours maybe. I don't know. But you can see where the acrylic was, that it really does give a different effect, which is interesting. It's what it's all about. It's playing, having fun and seeing what happens. And a bit like life, sometimes you don't like what happens, so you have to make the best of it. And sometimes when you do try and improve and you keep going and keep going, not liking the effects, you actually end up with something that's not too bad. The light's starting to go, and I don't know what that's going to do to the light for you. Oh, that's going to flood it out. Right, just be that I can't see what I'm doing. But that's alright, painting in the dark with the shadow of myself falling over, because losing the sunlight now. It's starting to go a bit dim outside, and I've got the room light behind me. That's okay. Let's get a bit more green on there. I do like this bright green. Had some lovely walk today in some autumn leaves. I like autumn leaves as well, crunching and underneath your feet. That was nice. I don't like that muddy colour. Let's carry the green round and see if we can retrieve the muddy colour into something else. Oh, the red's running into it. That's when you start getting good effects, when the colours run in one into another. And that's one of the things with watercolour, you can't easily control it. Unless you're a good artist with years of experience. But then they know how to go with the flow of it. That's green. I think we need, let's have some orangey ready stuff. Mix that in with that. What does that give us? That's the same as that. Oh, right. I think there. I think we're more or less running out of steam with this. I think we might start to let it dry and then see what I do with felt tips or something. That might be the way forward. I'm not sure. A bit more yellow. Yes, I think I'm going to dry it with the hairdryer and then get some felt pens or something and doodle over it. I think that's what I might do, so let's pause. Right, are we? Yes, we are. Something went on with my laptop there, so I don't know how much of the previous bit of recording has been saved and what has been lost, but I'm going to... Oh, that's a bit bright. I've got to put my lamp on. Let's turn that up there so I don't dazzle myself. I'm going to just do some writing on here. I'm going to do Calm Me Lord as you stilled the storm and write that on here and see if that helps. Let's start there. Calm me, Lord. Calm me, Lord, as you calmed the storm. Where shall I put that? Difficult knowing where to put it, where the eyes will go as you calmed the storm. Keep me from harm. Let all the tumult within me cease. Where shall I put that? Let's put that in here. Let all the tumult within me cease. That's going to go round there because it's tumult within me cease. Enfold me, Lord, in your peace. Where can that go? Enfold me, Lord, in your peace. I don't know if that works or not, but it's the way I went. Now, if someone didn't know that song, would they know where their eyes were supposed to go in this? They probably not won't. So, as you calmed the storm, still me, Lord, keep me from harm. Let all the tumult within me cease. Enfold me, Lord, in your peace. So, make those a bit bigger. Well, it'll either work or not, and I know what it means. So, going to do next? Go pink. I'm just going to go over these lines again to make them a bit more definite. If it needs to be all of them. Perhaps it doesn't need to be all of them. I wonder if I can somehow enclose those. Can't really, can I? Not without putting extra on the top. Let's get that in. I'm going to end up putting them all in, aren't I? Is this as exciting as watching paint dry, do you think? It's not very thrilling for you watching me put circles in. But perhaps you find it relaxing watching me do this, I don't know. Oops, that went a bit wonky. Put that in. Actually, that's looking a bit better, I must admit. That does make a difference. I'm going to keep that one covered up though. Because there is that sense of them overlapping. Perhaps that's what's needed, some of them to be solid and covering the others. So you don't see all the lines. Maybe not, I don't know. I'm wondering if I ought to get the acrylics back on those. Perhaps I might afterwards. I don't know. Well, I think that looks a bit better now, so that's something to be thankful for. Let's go around that one. I don't know if I did that one. Well, that's a bit better. It's more like it. How are we doing for time? Right, I think it's time I almost called it a day. I just want to put something around the edges. I just want to brighten that up a bit, make it a bit more definite that there is something round the edge. And I like, oh, that's far too much. I think it's not a very calm picture, but perhaps that's the point. I don't feel agitated, I don't feel not calm, I feel quite in a good place, I'm just tired. Let's just put a bit extra there. I think I need to call it a day, otherwise I'll be up all night processing the film, and we don't want that. My dear husband wouldn't want that, and I need to spend some time with him. So I think it has come the time to call it a day. I'm just going to put a few more of those green splodges on, just so they look a bit more as if it's not a mistake and me dropping my brush. But I think I'd love to do some waves and other things like that, but enough is enough. It's finished because I've got to get on and get this film processed, etc. And it's getting late. Whoops. So that doesn't help. Here we go. So I hope you've enjoyed this session and that you managed to produce something a bit better than I do. Enjoy. I've enjoyed it even though I've been a bit tired. So see you next time.